What's happening to Trump right now is nothing short of a political tragedy. In many ways, it's the Hamlet of American politics. And if you know Hamlet, you know how it ends. Almost everyone goes down. If Trump had stayed clear of Iran, he could have cemented his legacy as one of the most consequential presidents in modern American history. But history doesn't reward hypotheticals, and Iran didn't back down. In fact, it did the opposite. And in doing so, it may have dragged Trump's legacy down with it. Here's where the tragedy really begins. Trump never wanted a war with Iran. His strategy was simple: apply overwhelming pressure, military, economic, psychological, and force Iran to do what most rational actors do: step back. But Iran didn't step back. It kept pushing and pushing until Trump was backed into a corner where doing nothing became more dangerous than doing something. Because here's the reality of power, right? If a president draws a red line and it gets crossed, he loses credibility. And once credibility is gone, everything else follows. Trump understands that better than anyone. He cannot afford to look weak, especially when half the country already questions his legitimacy. So his calculation, whether brilliant or catastrophic, was this: push Iran to the brink, force them to negotiate, and walk away as the president who reshaped the balance of power in the Middle East. Something no president before him has truly achieved. But then came the curveball: Europe. Trump likely expected alignment, even if not full support. Instead, what he got was hesitation, distance, and quiet resistance. And this is where things get uncomfortable, because Europe today isn't just cautious, it's politically constrained. Governments are increasingly influenced by a mix of a growing Muslim voting bloc, a rabid left that is openly anti-capitalistic and in many cases anti-Western, and a political culture that prioritizes perception over power. So instead of acting strategically, Europe acts defensively. Let's not mince our words, all right? Europe's weak, spineless, and socialistic, and more importantly, it avoids standing too closely with the United States when the optics are inconvenient. That leaves Trump isolated in a situation where he expected coalition. Instead, he got defiance, betrayal. So now Trump is stuck in a classic political bind: end the conflict too quickly, and he risks looking weak. Let it drag on, and the economic consequences start to bite. Energy prices rise, cost of living rises, and when people feel it in their wallets, they react. And that's how elections are lost. So here we are. A presidency that could have been defined by strength, now being tested by consequence. A strategy that aimed for dominance, now flirting with overreach. And a situation where every move forward carries a cost. So how does this end? That's the real question. Let me know what you think in the comments, right? Like, subscribe, and stick around, because on this channel, it's always going to be you, me, and the truth.